the reach of that fielder. Naseem Ahmed started the over with a boundary. Another ball down the leg side. We'll get a single here. Well, I'm not finding what strategy Naseem has. He's coming from round the wicket to the left-handers. It will minimize the spin of his bowling. Is he trying to bowl on the wicket? What's the really planned by Naseem? Another single given. Shahzad has joined once again, and Bangladeshi bowlers are finding it very difficult against the West Indian batters.
Thank you so much, Sharia. Yes, indeed. The West Indians are ruling this match at this moment. Alec Athanaze has reached 223 in very quick time. Naseem Ahmed picking up a wicket. Saif Hassan with another in this inning so far. But once again, just like the first inning, these two, Tejnaran Chandrapan and Alec Athanaze, they're standing in the way of Bangladesh bowlers and any kind of success. Once again, swept away for boundary, Alec Athanaze. The line was wrong from Naseem Ahmed. Sliding down the leg side. Easy pickings for the batter.
Well, I think Saif Hassan, the skipper, and Mominul Haq, the former test skipper, should talk to Naseem Ahmed what he's planning for, what he's bowling for. Conceded 2 boundaries in this over, and then he has changed his hands and came from over the wicket, and straight away, in fact, ball turned and hit the body of Athanaze. Got a single by the courtesy of leg by. An even full over ended. West Indies 86 for 2. Shahzad, the lead is going to be a skyscraper for Bangladesh A team. Already 325 runs, just 25 away of 350. But the way West Indian batters are batting, 400, 450, even more than 500, is it going to be a big task for them?
Definitely. Things are looking right for West Indies at this moment. Practically, they are 326 for the loss of 2 wickets. Massive lead of 240 runs in the first inning. Didn't enforce the follow-on. Instead, they wanted to bat again. Bangladesh bowlers, Bangladesh fielders, they're toiling hard to announce themselves in this match. So far, very little success session-wise in this game, in these 3 days. Oh, big appeal, and the finger is gone up. Saif Hassan, that kept a bit low and hurried onto Athanaze. Oh, a bit unlucky Athanaze, but Saif has been rewarded for some tight bowling. For a part-timer, he was bowling, he was maintaining a good channel. And finally, the dangerous Athanaze, he departs for 27. Bangladesh celebrating their 3rd success in this innings.
Look at that. Saifa Hassan was bowling from round the wicket and the ball capped very low, almost on the toe of the Athenaeus. Umpire had no such problem to give him out. I think the ball skidded through, not because of the wicket. Maybe balls laid apart, not the seam, pitched and almost closest to the pitch.
That almost,
Millimeters,
that almost,
millimeters
the ball
from,
was almost rolling on the ground.
yes, millimeters.
Definitely, Athanasis could consider himself a bit unlucky. But yes, Bangladesh is celebrating for the third time in this innings. Joshua Da Silva, the skipper, highest run getter in this series so far. 253 runs from his four innings, and scoring an 82 in the first inning. Joshua Da Silva, the odd ball is keeping low. Sometimes he's turning and bouncing. The ideal wicket for the spinners at this moment. Of course, Virasamy Parmol and Kevin Sinclair would be very happy to see this nature of this wicket. Not a good sign, not a good news for the Bangladesh batters as well. They will be facing hard times once again in the second innings. But yes, first thing first, they need to get the West Indies batters out as quickly as possible and keep the lead probably below 400 if they could.
Keeping the lead lower would have some psychological effect on Bangladeshi players when they will go out to bat for the fourth innings. Low full toss to Joshua Da Silva. No run. Well, I was talking about the last delivery of Saif Hassan, which capped a little low and caught in front of Athanaeus. That's just LPW. I think it wasn't because of the wicket. Maybe the ball's mid part, a belly part, pitched on the wicket and skidded through. But let's see how much wear and tear this wicket has an offer. Joshua Da Silva off the mark with a single, and Tagenarine Chandapal is batting. Very solid defense. He's a prime example of patience, isn't he?
Absolutely, absolutely. Carrying the name forward, carrying the name Chandrapal forward with the similar reputation, trying to establish himself as a pillar of the batting lineup. Of course, after a very good start in his test career, Tejnaran Chandrapal solid in defense, an unorthodox style of batting that make the life difficult for the bowlers. Of course, Saif Hassan is bowling beautifully in this moment, picked up 2 wickets.
Chandapal is looking very confident, technically sound, not giving away much opportunity to the bowlers. Saif Hassan's successful over ends. West Indies 87 for 3.
87 for 3. West Indies batting in the second innings. Currently, the lead is 327. Bangladesh bowlers. They have been successfully picked up 3 wickets so far, but they need to continue. They need to put continuous pressure on the batting lineup of the West Indian side, who has been tremendous in this series so far. 4 days unofficial test matches. In the first match, Bangladesh somehow managed to draw the game. In the second game, there was a close contest. Bangladesh made it hard for the West Indians, but at the end, West Indies won that game and leading the series currently and continuing their form in this game as well. That's a great hit of the back foot, slightly short from Nasum. Da Silva waited on his back foot and punched through covers for 4.
Da Silva never missed an opportunity. Wasn't a genuine bad ball, but he went back very quickly, and the timing and placement was absolutely perfect. You can't do anything. Look at that. Well negotiated. Joshua Da Silva scoring very quickly, but he never looked uncomfortable or in a spot of bother to hit the ball. He loves to play on the merit of the ball, and he never rushes down the wicket or never tried to play any kind of improvised shot.
The sun is out at this moment here in Sylhet. Of course, the batters will feel more comfortable with the sun out. But they have to look closely the deliveries. We have seen the odd balls keeping very low. Like Atheres is the example. What could be waiting for the batters. All of a sudden, that ball were almost rolling on the pitch. Atheres had no chance whatsoever of blocking that. Very unfortunate. But of course, Saif Hassan was bowling, was maintaining a good line and length. Now, Nasum, after conceding a boundary in the first ball of the over, trying to make a comeback. Once again, cut away. No runs. Good feeling. The backward point. 4 from this over after 29. West Indies 91 for 3. "91 for 3 West Indies. Saif Hassan has been the most successful bowler so far for Bangladesh. The skipper of this match. 21 for 2. Got a start with bat in the first innings. Couldn't capitalize on the start. Unfortunately got out on 32. That's the common story, to be honest, for Bangladesh batters. They have the ability. Of course, they will be looking forward to play in the second innings and make this opportunity count. Won't be easy. Of course, the pitch is showing a different characteristic at this moment. There are assistants for the spinners. Still a good batting wicket. If you are willing to spend time on it, if you put a high price tag on your wicket, then this pitch is good for batting, of course.
Swept away for a couple of runs. Tanzim Hassan Saqib was there. A couple of runs to Chandapal. Shazad was talking about the wicket. Well, even on the day 3, the wicket is looking very good for batting, and there's nothing to worry about as far the wicket's behavior is concerned. Just a little bit torn and bounce, but this is not something extraordinary or exceptional. If you bat with the intent, it won't be that difficult to manage. Otherwise, it's a kind of regular wicket and very solid track for batting. Joshua De Silva, the newcomer, scored 5 runs off 8 balls so far. This time went on back foot. The ball is getting some turn.
Of course, and the last ball kept a bit low. Joshua had to adjust with the bounce. Did well, of course. You cannot take your eyes away from the ball all the time, especially during this period of this game when the ball is talking in favor of the spinners. 94 for 3 in the 30th over. Overpitched. Through long on for a single. 95 for 3.
West Indies lead by 335 runs so far. Bangladesh A team has picked up 3 wickets in this innings. They need quick wickets and they have to keep the batsman on strike for no run. If they allow the batsman to score freely, it would be very difficult to get a wicket, and they have to chase down a mammoth total at the end of the day. Meanwhile, West Indies are looking very confident. If you look at Tejnarain Chandapal, he's batting on 34, played 84 deliveries, and De Silva on 6. I think Shazad, West Indies A team has assigned Chandapal to keep one side shielded, and other batsmen will try to dominate the bowlers with the bat.
Why not? Chandrapal has the ability. He has proved himself in the highest level of cricket that he can spend a lot of time on the pitch. He has the right temperament to play longer version cricket, puts a high price tag on his wicket, plays within himself, never tries to exaggerate things, never tries to do something extraordinary. Definitely unorthodox technique, but effective for him, using it beautifully to score runs after runs.
Tejnara Chanderpaul is kind of old school batsman who loves to hold back in the early stage of the game, and as the game progresses they'll rotate their strike, they will hit the odd ball outside the boundary, they'll building up their innings, they'll build partnerships and won't take any unnecessary risk, won't go for any kind of luxurious shot. Tanzim Hassan Saqib came to bowl and Joshua Da Silva welcomes him with a boundary.
That's a good shot. That's a very good shot from the skipper. It was wide outside the off stump. Joshua Da Silva stood his ground and opened the face of the bat past Gali through that third man region. Beautiful boundary to start with the over. 99 for 3. As Sharia US talking that Chanderpaul is there to guard the wicket, to keep one side of the wicket intact, and the others will play around him. Once again opening the face of the bat with that single, brings up the 100 for West Indies, 100 for 3, and the lead is piling up, 340 this moment.
Big total, 340, and West Indies are in commanding position, consolidating their domination. Absolutely top class cricket from the visitors.
The West Indies team has a rich history, tradition in this game of cricket. Of course, once they were the team to beat, one of the best teams in the world from the 80s till late 90s, but after that, unfortunately, seemed to fade away a bit from the longer version of the cricket game. The shorter version of the game, they are still very dangerous side. In the last few years, they're trying to rebuild their reputation of being one of the most dangerous sides in Test cricket. In the process, of course, we can name Craig Brathwaite, the captain, some fast bowlers, Kemar Roach, Shannon Gabriel, spinners, Roston Chase, of course, batters like Shea Hope. They are hoping that West Indies will make a comeback. West Indies will re-establish themselves as a strong team in the world of Test cricket. Tanzim Shakib, youngster, member of the World Cup, Under-19 World Cup winning squad for Bangladesh in 2020. Recently, he has been a performer for Bangladesh in the domestic circuit across formats. Of course, in the Bangladesh Premier League, played for the Sylhet Strikers, and then performing for Abahani Limited in the Dhaka Premier Division Cricket League, the champion team. Pulled away, slightly short, Joshua Da Silva shuffling across his stumps and pulled beautifully through mid-wicket for a boundary.
Well, just an example how the wicket is behaving. Tanzim Hassan Saqib tried to bowl a short pitch delivery, but Yashir Silva was on the top of that and got a boundary. West Indies 105 for 3, and a short drinks break has been taken. I'll be back on commentary after the drinks break.
The food is here. Welcome once again from Sylhet. Bangladesh A team is hosting West Indies A team for a 4-day test series, an official test series. And this is the final test. Day 3, session 2 is going on. Drinks were taken. Of course, it's hot and humid out there. Though the temperature is a bit low than the last 2 days. Slightly overcast as well. Today from the morning. West Indies winning the toss to lead game. Wanted to bat and threw a formidable 445 runs in the first innings. bowled Bangladesh out for 205 with a lead of 240 runs. Huge lead in the first innings. And of course, the follow-on once again made their way with their bat. What a beautiful ground this is. Just in the middle of a beautiful tea garden. Lots of greenery around the stadium. A good destination for the tourist. Desired place to come. Nasun is continuing after the drinks break.
Well, Shazad, I expected something out of the box from the Bangladeshi bowling attack. Nothing is seen yet. And a very beautiful drive from Tejnarayan Chanda.
Only one fielder flows in the catching position. The lone first lead is Chaudhary is there. Bangladesh fielders seems to be waiting for the batters to make a mistake. Of course,
The Raj Shopping Expo. Amazing offers on 25 million products starting from the 7th of June.
West Indians, they are making use of the advantage they have so far in this game. Already have a firm grip over the match and holding it tighter with time. Excellent professional performance from the West Indians. If we look at the series so far, of course, there are some notable performances as well from Bangladesh team, from a few youngsters. Pulled away, brilliant connection, all the way over mid-wicket for a 6 from Da Silva.
A maximum to end the over. Naseem Ahmed conceded 11 runs in this over, and the overall lead is piling up 356. West Indies have 7 more wickets in hand. Look at that, you can't bowl there. And when the batsman is Joshua Da Silva, the leading run scorer of this series, it's kind of prohibited to offer him any loose deliveries.
We were talking about the notable performers for Bangladesh in this series. Youngsters like Shahadat Hossain Dipu scoring 250s in the second game showed a lot of maturity, good temperament for the longer version cricket. Of course, Saif Hassan batted well in this series. Zakir Ali Onik, Irfan Shukkur. So they tried to capitalize on the opportunities they had to prove themselves. With the ball, of course, Tanzim Shakib, he's on your screen at this moment, picked up 4 wickets in the last game. Tanveer Islam, the left armer, he picked up 4 wickets. Tanzim Shakib is continuing, quick single. Chanderpaul, the intentions are clear from the West Indians at this moment. Chanderpaul will occupy the crease, he will rotate the strike, and Da Silva will be the aggressor in this partnership. Already reached to 21 in no time.
Yes, he scored 21 of 15 deliveries and hit a big 6 in the last over. Meanwhile, Chanderpaul on 41 of 93. Yesterday we were talking about big score. None of the batters have scored a century in this series so far. Nothing Chanderpaul is creating some opportunity for himself. In the first innings, he scored 83, looked very promising, very solid in the wicket. But all of a sudden, Mushfiq Hassan got the outside edge of him and perished for 83, missed out a big opportunity. In this innings, not so close to the 100, but he's in 40s, 41. Very beautiful shot by Joshua Da Silva. Made some room and played on the square of the wicket. Boundary 4.
That's once again indicating the brilliant nature of this pitch for batting. Joshua Da Silva just clearing his front leg and played through the line, through the extra cover region for 4. Excellent time out of the ball, Da Silva. Usually we saw him taking time in the crease, but today we're seeing him on a different role. Blocked away. Excellent batting so far, Da Silva. It's entertaining us. Of course, he knows his side is on top and he's trying to accumulate as many runs as he can quickly as well. Of course, yes, Bangladesh couldn't bat very well in the first innings, but that doesn't mean there is guaranteed repeat performance in the second innings. You never know, the quality is there. A lot of players having experience of Test cricket. West Indies will want to have enough time to bowl Bangladesh out. For that, they need to score runs quickly. On the other hand, Bangladesh will be looking to dry up the runs. At this moment, failing, yes, but they are trying hard, trying to pick up another wicket, wondering from where that could come.
The way Bangladesh bowlers are bowling, all they need is very simple. Batsman has to make an error. Otherwise, the way they're approaching in the middle, not very troublesome for the West Indian batters. And Chandapol is having some domination over the Bangladeshi bowlers. Meanwhile, Joshua Da Silva is batting with the intention of scoring as quick as possible. Saqib concludes another over here. West Indies a 1, 2, 3 for 3.
.363 is the lead at this moment for West Indies. Bangladesh waiting for something to happen, wondering when the West Indian team will declare. Already a monumental lead from West Indies. Will not be very easy for Bangladesh in the second innings to survive. The pitch is turning a bit, odd balls keeping low. Saif Hassan will continue. He has bowled well throughout the series. Couldn't pick up a wicket in the first innings, but picked up 2 in this innings. Trying to maintain a good line and length, trying to make the batters play at the deliveries, trying to vary his pace.
Saif Hassan is the most successful bowler of Bangladesh A team. He's too good to call a part-timer. But the fact is, what the other bowlers is doing, if you can't challenge the batters on a regular basis, it would be very difficult for you to bowl at the batsmen who will dominate you day in and day out. Saif Hassan has got 2 wickets so far in this innings. We saw Mahmudul Hassan Joy, who got a wicket in the first innings as well. But he hasn't bowled in this innings so far.
He has picked up Akim Jordan, who scored 47, batting at number 9 in the first innings. Picked up a single. The only run so far from this over. Saif Hassan is bowling well within himself, trying to keep it tight. Da Silva, he is trying to score runs quickly. What brilliant series he is having with the bat. Already he's been in love with this ground.
He must be feeling on the top of everyone, scoring runs consistently, and he's in a hurry, doesn't give away any opportunity of scoring runs. He's the captain, so the captain is leading from the front. West Indies a 125 for 3. Bangladesh A team scored 205 in their first innings. I think the first innings batting of Bangladesh A team has been a cause, the result of this match, in the favor of West Indies A, because they got 240 runs lead, a massive lead, and more importantly, they've got another day in hand after today. Already they've scored 125 for 3, so they must be looking forward to score something big and leave a gigantic total for Bangladesh to chase.
The field has been spread out. Good delivery outside off stump, feeling for it, Da Silva. At this moment, no one in catching position. The slip quadrant is vacant. There are protection on the boundaries as well. We can see a deep point, the backward point. We can see a third man, fine leg, deep square leg. So pretty much one day style field position at this moment. Of course, Bangladesh currently in damage control mode. It's okay to change your strategy according to the situation of the game. Of course, they are lagging behind, and currently they don't want to concede too many runs. They want to make West Indies bat as long a time as they could. That's why trying to try up the runs, spreading out the field.
Lofted shot. Da Silva wanted to hammer away the ball, but luckily the ball lay in that but landed in a safe zone. So his statement is very clear. Joshua De Silva, he's in a hurry. He's trying to score off some quick runs and put more pressure on Bangladeshi bowlers. Welcome again, Tanzim Islam, back in the commentary.
Thank you so much, Sharia. The intention is absolutely clear, as you mentioned, Sharia, that Joshua De Silva hits 4 boundaries and a 6. The strike rate is 127. And on the other hand, Tejnar and Chandrapal, he is absolutely on his way. The way he batted throughout this series, he's absolutely on his way. Scored 43 runs from 100 deliveries. But Joshua De Silva, he's trying to add some more quick runs on the scoreboard and give up Bangladesh a big total to chase. Already the lead is 366 runs. It's already huge for Bangladesh and it's looking very difficult. I'm sure now the batting approach from West Indian batters shows that they will continue uh, another session, probably beginning of the session or after 1 hour at least. They will, what I'm thinking, this is my prediction, that they will invite Bangladesh to bat again on the 4th innings, at least before the end of the day, at least 1 hour before to end the day.
The way their approach is concerned so far, they're trying to score off some quick runs. And Tejnar Chand, the ball is holding one side. On the other side, Joshua De Silva already scored 28 of 22 deliveries. It's a second session of the day, so we have another session to go after the tea break. And tomorrow we have 3 more sessions. So primarily I think West Indies A team is eyeing 400 runs lead. I think after that they would like to assess the potentials. They would like to make a total which would be out of the reach of Bangladeshi A team, and then they would secure the total to a big one so that they can challenge up the Bangladeshi batters and win it convincingly. Meanwhile, Bangladesh are really on a very difficult state, in a very difficult state, and they need something extraordinary to come back in the match. Bangladeshi batters have immense pressure on them when they will come out to bat, isn't it?
Exactly. It's going to be a difficult task for the Bangladeshi batters. A target around 400. They will be in pressure from the very beginning. But if they can do something extraordinary, especially the opening partnership will be the key. If the both of the openers can stay on the crease and they can bat as long as possible, then Bangladesh can save this test match. It's looking very difficult to make Bangladesh into the winning side, but at least they can make a draw like the first test match. The visitors are leading this series by 1-0 already. And condition of this test match, the circumstances, the test match right now in favor of the visitors. They are leading this test match as well, and they are absolutely on the driving seat. This is the beautiful view of Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. This ground is quite lucky for the visitors. West Indies A have scored so many runs, 427 runs in the first test match, first innings. On that match, Bangladesh has followed on like this match. So Saif Hassan, he's continuing. the most successful bowler for Bangladesh today, bowled really well, maintaining that proper channel and picked up a couple of wickets, given away 27 runs in his 11 overs.
Joshua De Silva took his helmet off. Look at the field placement. No one close to the batters, no slip fielder. And Bangladesh already in a defensive mode, and they should be, because they can't allow the West Indian batters to score freely and to take the lead beyond 400 in no time. And look at that, Joshua De Silva came down the wicket, couldn't connect the way he wanted to, but got a single. The fielder from the deep mid-wicket fielded the ball.
Good field setup, I must say, because you can see there's a fielder at the deep mid-wicket, and also there's a fielder in the deep. In fact, for Chandrapal, there's a fielder at the deep square leg and a fielder in the deep extra cover for Tejnar and Chandrapal. He's on strike, 367 runs. So the intention of Joshua Da Silva is really clear. He's going to hit the balls and score some quick runs on the board. So they are in absolutely hurry. They know they are on the driving seat. The lead already they have generated. This is good enough, but still I'm sure they are looking forward to score and add another 40 runs. Target of around 400s. They are now leading by 360 runs, 68 runs, and the score 128 for 3.
Chandrapal is ticking the scoreboard and rotating the strike. Meanwhile, Joshua De Silva is taking single and hitting big every odd ball. We are here in Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Bangladesh A versus West Indies A, unofficial test series. West Indies leading the series by 1-0. Tejnar Triven Tipu was the fielder, fumbled a bit, but finally no run conceded.
We have seen a couple of drop catches in the first innings of Joshua Da Silva, and Bangladesh put down 4 catches in the first innings, and that has caused the match for Bangladesh. West Indies managed to score 445 runs, a big total on their board. Bit sloppy on the fielding, Bangladesh A. Now they need to take wicket. No other option. You have to take a wicket. 129 for 3, West Indies A after 36 overs.
Joshua De Silva is scoring quite quickly. Meanwhile, Chandrapal is holding one side for a long time. And we were talking about beginnings. This is the platform given to all the players to have some excitement for the respective national side. And 4 players from West Indies A team has been called for the West Indies team to play the World Cup qualifiers. Meanwhile, Bangladesh will play against Afghanistan. So all the players should take or should grab this opportunity with both the hands, because playing for the national side is really something to be proud of. And this is the stair you should step, and if you keep going after one stair to another stair, at the final stage you will be in the national side. West Indies A team's batsmen and bowlers, I think they're eyeing a spot in the West Indies Test side, or even if possible in one-day side. Meanwhile, Bangladesh already picked some players who were playing for Bangladesh in Ireland series. At this moment, Shariful Islam is bowling from the pavilion end, who had played in the Ireland for Bangladesh team, and Mominul Haq Shourab, another regular player of Bangladesh team in the Test side. Yasir Ali Chaudhry Rabbi, he was also in Ireland to play the one-day series. So this is Sajjad is welcome back once again in the commentary box, and this is, I think, the right platform for the youngsters, and they should grab it with their hands to perform well and catch the eyes of the selectors. A great opportunity for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why I was mentioning about the youngster once again. Very good pull shot. Joshua Da Silva played with a lot of power. And that ball raced away to the boundary.
The problem is Bangladeshi bowlers can't find a way to keep Joshua Da Silva sedate. Meanwhile, they can't get him out as quick as possible. In this series, Joshua Da Silva was dismissed only for once in the first innings of this unofficial test. Just after the break, Naseem Ahmed picked his wicket. This shows how expensive Joshua Da Silva's wicket is.
Yes, and the discussion we were having about the youngsters grabbing their opportunities. We saw Shahadat Hossain Dibu performing well. Of course, will be pressurizing the selectors that I am available, I am ready. Probably he is trying to send the message. Of course, Sadman once again makes room, and brilliant effort on the field. Excellent fielding. Mushfiq Hassan was patrolling the boundary in the cover point region. Excellent diving effort and definitely saved 2 runs. It's good to see. Good to see the effort. Good to see the players still willing to give their 100%, though the team is not in a very good position. Just look at the diving effort. Excellent, excellent from the young fast bowlers, trying to grab up every opportunities. We were talking about this. The effort was top notch from Mushfiq.
Look at that, Joshua Da Silva feeling nothing to worry about to throw his bats in this wicket. And look at that, he's scoring thick and fast. He's playing all his shots all around the ground. A big concern for Bangladesh A team. If West Indies take the lead beyond 400, Bangladesh should have chased a mammoth total, and on the day 4 it would be something to climb the Mount Everest.
Really will be a very difficult job for the batters on day 4. We're already seeing some deterioration on the pitch. Thankfully, the groundsmen left some grass, a fair amount of grass on the pitch that still binds the wicket together. but the nature of the weather in this part of the world is hot and humid, dries out the moisture of the pitch, and that's the beauty of longer version cricket. The conditions change, the playing conditions, the situation, and the players have to adjust to that, and that's a great opportunity for any youngster to learn these things. Of course, first class cricket in both teams, there are some quality cricketers, so both teams are up against good oppositions. For Bangladesh, particularly this game, for some players, of course, an opportunity to have some match practice before the important Afghanistan test will be starting in 2 weeks time. Change of voice in the commentary box. Tanzimul Islam is joining me. Tanzim, welcome back.
Thank you, Sajjad. And you said it correctly. We have seen the selectors here in Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. We have seen Minhazul Abedin Nannu, the chief selector, Habibul Bashir Shomon. We have seen Abdur Razak. We have seen Shahriar Nafis here, especially on the third test. They must be keeping their eyes on the players. As Sajjad mentioned, an Afghanistan series test match, the only test match, will start in a couple of weeks. But Joshua De Silva, he's in hurry to score some quick runs. Such a batter, Bangladeshi bowlers only managed to get him out one time. He has played, he's playing his fifth innings here in this test series, but he was unbeaten in the rest of the 3 innings. He got out in the last innings. Now he's carrying on.
Absolutely, we were talking about the opportunities for the youngsters to learn something from these type of conditions, these situations. How often did we see Bangladesh found themselves in this sort of situations in test match cricket, especially in the earlier years? Of course, Bangladesh was very new to the test arena. In recent years, especially at home, Bangladesh is making some big strides in test cricket as well. And these kind of first class games helps that says that there are a lot of players, qualityful players, informed players are waiting for their opportunity. And thanks to the cricket board as well, they are trying to organize these kind of contests every now and then so that the players, they don't lose their touch. Absolutely required, necessary. Nowadays, a lot of cricket is playing all around the world. So Bangladesh, if you want to do well, there is no alternative of keep playing.
Yes, in that case, BCV has done a great job, especially in terms of domestic cricket. Now we can see a lot of domestic matches. Either it's a red ball cricket or white ball cricket. And also BCB is arranging some bilateral series, this kind of first class cricket or list A cricket. Bangladesh visited West Indies in 2020 August.
Also, they're taking care of the age level teams as well.
Exactly, they are absolutely focusing on the first class cricket, and first class cricket is how important that if we look at Australia, England, India, these kind of big teams, then you can realize how important these domestic crickets are. And now Bangladesh Cricket Board, BCB, has taken that initiative and taking care of these players who are playing domestic crickets, and especially A team is the backup team of the national team. If you see in the playing 11, especially in this test match, almost every player has that experience to play international cricket. So they have to prove here again to secure their place into the national side. A big opportunity for the player like Mahmudul Hassan Joy, Zakir Hassan, Saif Hassan, Yasir Ali Chaudhry Rabbi, Shahadat Hussain Deepu. Still, I think then the selectors are keeping their eyes on Deepu. Already, Mr. Habib Roshan Shimon has mentioned about it, that they are keeping their eyes on Deepu. Deepu is such a brilliant batter. The batting approach, the batting technique is absolutely solid. He can play that textbook cricket, the beautiful Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. This is another very good initiative from Bangladesh Cricket Board, and building this type of international standard stadium around the country.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Infrastructures are very important if you want to excel in the game. Of course, there is the home of cricket at Pimpur. Lots of games are being played there all around the year.
And
Now,
we also have seen under 19 team played against the Pakistan under 19 team in Rajshahi.
exactly. In Chattogram, in Rajshahi, Sylhet, Bogura, of course, lots of beautiful international standard stadiums, and not to forget about Fotullah. In the BKSP grounds, domestic cricket has been played there as well. So this is good to see that players from all around the country having opportunity to prepare themselves. What a beautiful scene. Lots of green. One of the most favorite tourist destination in Bangladesh. Nasum Ahmed is continuing. Oh, that missed by a whisker. The leg stump was exposed. Joshua Da Silva. Lapse in concentration, of course. Nasum, a bit unlucky that didn't hit the leg stump.
Exactly. And he got a bit turned. Now again, Joshua De Silva tried to play and target that mid-wicket area. Couldn't correct it well. The direction of the ball changed at the last moment. Joshua De Silva is in hurry to score some more few runs, and he's struggling again on the third day against the sun. Now we can see a hard sun out there. There was a bit cloudy in the early morning here in Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, but now it's hot and humid weather like the other days of this test match. And on the other hand, Tejnaran Chandrapal, he's calm and steady. He's not gonna play any kind of rash shot. He's so much focused. This is his job, to play that cheat anchoring role. And on the other hand, his partners will play some quick innings.
Absolutely, Chandrapal, he is acting like the binding factor of this West Indian batting recipe. It's hot out there, and he is trying to provide a sense of calm to the dressing room. Of course, whenever we saw the West Indian dugout in this game. Once again, down the wicket, beautifully connected for another boundary. Joshua Da Silva. There must be a race between Da Silva and Chandrapal. Who will be reaching their 51st?
But I think captain should shuffle his fielding, as Joshua De Silva is trying to hit almost every ball. So brings your fielders back on the boundary rope. Then an opportunity could came, and look at this now. The mid-off Mid on goes back to long on. Another good shot from Joshua for a single. An expensive over from Nasum Ahmed. 8 runs came from the last over of Nasum Ahmed. It's 146 for 3 West Indies A.
Bangladesh team waiting for the signal of declaration probably from the West Indies team. Of course, the skipper is out there.